They housed the lions in an ordinary apartment, and that's where the story took a surprising turn. These lions belonged to the feline family, but the question arose, are these wild creatures truly akin to domestic cats? In the 1970s, the Bergerov family from Baku gained worldwide fame, a phenomenon that was entirely justified, given the rarity of keeping a lion as a household pet in a regular city apartment. Back then, no one could have foreseen the unusual twist this tale would take. The Bergerov family harbored a deep affection for animals, and architect Lev Bergerov's home was a revolving door for various pets over the years. Cats, dogs, parrots, hedgehogs, raccoons, and even snakes found refuge within their walls. However, the family had never intended to acquire a lion. It happened entirely by chance. One fateful day, as Nina Bergerov and her children strolled through the zoo, they chanced upon a frail, ailing lion cub lying motionless in an enclosure alongside adult lions. "Mom, there's a dog," exclaimed the children upon spotting the unfortunate cub. Unexpectedly, Nina Bergerov made a decision. She would bring the cub home and attempt to nurse it back to health. Convincing the zoo staff was a surprisingly simple task, as they believed the cub had little chance of survival. Nina Bergerov embarked on the mission to nurse the lion cub, with the initial plan of eventually returning it to the zoo. However, things turned out to be more complex than anticipated. They named the cub King and provided him with formula. The family also massaged his front legs, which had limited success. Interestingly, the distinctive waddling gait stayed with King throughout his life, a characteristic seen in the movie Unbelievable Adventures of Italians in Russia, where King later made his star appearance. Astonishingly, the lion grew up to be affectionate, harmonious, and appreciative. He exhibited behavior akin to the most docile and well-behaved domestic cat. When the Bergerov family attempted to return him to the zoo as he reached adolescence, King's heart-rending cries and ardent desire to return home thwarted their efforts. King presented no problems for the family, except for a neighbor's complaint about the overpowering odor emanating from the apartment. Word of King reached the ears of journalists, catapulting the Bergerov family to fame. A series of artistic photographs were published, chronicling King's life within the family. The lion even secured roles in several films. Ironically, it was during his most renowned role that King met his untimely end. While filming a movie about Italians in Russia, King found himself housed in a nearby school. Within the spacious gymnasium, he could roam and stretch between takes. One day, a pair of students passed by and spied King through a gym window. One of the boys, Markov, decided to tease the lion, wanting to show off. King, interpreting the young man's actions as an invitation to play, responded accordingly. The lion made a daring escape through the window, managing to squeeze through the glass and pin Markov to the ground with his paws. Remarkably, King did not harm Markov, as this was the way he typically played with his owner. However, the girl's frantic screams for help reached the ears of a passing policeman. By the time Lev Bergerov returned to the scene of the incident, King had tragically lost his life. It was a profound tragedy. Chapa, the dog who also resided with the Bergerov family and was King's closest companion, survived him by only a few days. Chapa took to sleeping with King's belongings, and one day the dog simply didn't wake up. The family's children were inconsolable, as they had adored their lions deeply. A group of artists, including Vladimir Vitsovsky and Marina Vladi, conceived the idea of finding a new lion cub for the family. However, the Bergerov family was not entirely receptive to this notion. They understood that finding a lion as uniquely affectionate and docile as King would be a near impossible task. Their apprehensions proved valid, as King Aoi turned out to be far more headstrong and significantly more dangerous. He only recognized Lev as his owner and occasionally displayed aggression towards the rest of the family. Managing King He became even more challenging after the family's patriarch passed away. One day, when Nina returned home, she detected the acrid scent of something burning. It emerged that King Ai had been sitting on the balcony while their intoxicated neighbor callously threw pieces of melted plastic at the animal. This agitated King Ai greatly. Nina beckoned the lion inside, and he ascended to his favorite spot atop the wardrobe. However, when she approached with his meal, the the lion accidentally fell onto his back and swiftly leaped back up. In the process, he struck Nina with his massive paw, causing her to lose consciousness. King Yu then lunged at her son, who was attempting to calm the agitated lion. It took an armed police officer considerable effort to subdue King Yu, but not before both victims had been rushed to the hospital. Tragically, it was too late for the teenager, and Nina only discovered her son's passing several days later when she regained consciousness. The woman suffered deep depression for the following years, finding the strength to carry on solely for the sake of her daughter. Nina eventually remarried, though she could never fully recover from the profound trauma she had experienced. This is an undoubtedly sorrowful tale, but it imparts a crucial lesson. Wild animals should never be kept in an apartment with people, as it defies common sense and can lead to tragic consequences.